Twin Cabins, Swing Lynn, Guitar Tabs, Guitar Lesson. Okay, so this will be in a standard tuning, E, A, D, G, B, E. We'll start here. It's basically 4 chords we're going to start with, just single strums. This will, eventually become kind of the main progression, just a different strumming style. But we're going to do this G bar chord, so just barring the 3s, we'll have the 5 on the A and D, and a 4 on the G. And of course, 3B, 3E there. And like I said, just a single strum in the intro here. And this dynamic also happens in the second verse, but it's just the single strum, letting it ring. All right, and then from there, the second chord, all we do is just lift that 4G, just lift off so that we have a 3G now. Everything else stays the same. All right, so it's just a G minor here. Then we'll move over to just an A chord. So open A, 2 on the D, G, B, open high E. And then finally end up at the F sharp minor or G flat minor, whichever you prefer. Just bar the 2s, got the 4A, 4D, 2 on the G, B, E there. And for this intro lead, really just playing around with like this same part of this scale here. Initially we'll do this bit where we go on the high E, we go 7 to 5, then 8 to 7 on the B. Alright, and then we're just kind of holding a little bit on that note, and then we basically just repeat that 4 times. And once we get to the end of that first kind of chilled out part of the intro, and then the drums are coming in there, we're going to start kind of this double time picking in that lead scale, but we get this little lead up into it where we pick the high E, we go a couple 7s, couple 5s, then do a couple of those 8s on the B, couple of 7s. Okay, those are kind of these like pickup notes into where everybody comes in and everything gets going. And once that happens, then this next section we just repeat. Basically we do the 7s again on the high E, couple 5s, do the couple 8s on the B, couple 7s, but now we keep it going. We go a couple 5s on the B, back to a couple of 7s, couple 8s, back to 7s. So slowly it'd be. All right, and that right there, that's the section that we just repeat throughout the second part of that intro. And this will also happen kind of in the choruses there. All right, now for the basically main progression of the song, like the main kind of strumming dynamic. And like I said, this is good for like the second part of that intro where everybody's coming in. Once the verses get going, this is good. And for the chorus, this is what's happening. And it's essentially those same chords from the intro. We're just doing a different strumming dynamic on it. It's basically like, and you'll notice we're just kind of keeping the hand going on the strumming, just down, up, and it just keeps going like that. All right, so basically we do a down, up, and then there's kind of this hesitation, and you can either do nothing there, or you can just kind of do like a dead strings on the down strum, just as a little percussive element to like keep that time for you. Like you can do that, or you can just do nothing, just whiff the strings. It's up to you. I usually just kind of hit the strings just to keep it going, helps me. But like I said, so there's kind of like that one beat where we kind of have nothing, but then on that up strum we'll hit the G again. And like right there, that's essentially where we're going to loop that chord. And we'll do it 4 times. All right, and essentially we do that strumming technique and that timing with each of the following chords. So we'll go to the G minor and do the same deal. All right, to the A, to the F sharp minor. For the bridge section, we throw in this cool, interesting chord here. It's a D6, and it's basically just like we're going to make that bar chord shape D here at the 5A with the 7 on the D, G, B. But we want this kind of 6th note, which is the 7 on the high E. So we're just going to hit all the 7s basically. Okay, we want that in there. And basically with this we go 1, 2, and you can either just do a couple down strums or just do the down up. It's no big deal. Okay, and there's a little bit of hesitation, then 2 closer together. Something like that. And then from there we just come up to an A bar chord. So just bar in the 5s with the 7 on the A and D, 6 on the G. We'll have the 5 on the B and E. And with this one it's kind of like a strum, little hesitation, and then just strum it out. Something like that. All right, and basically we'll repeat those 2 chords like that twice, and then we'll kind of act like we're getting back to the normal pattern, like that G to the G minor. But then for the bridge section, we basically go back to the D6 to A again, and then into the G to G minor. So just kind of taking those 2 different patterns with those 2 different chords and just cycling through them a couple times. There's a bridge lead that comes in, and essentially it just rests during the D6 to A chord, but then once that G to G minor comes in, it does this little bit where we start here at the high E, we go 7 to 5, we go 8 to 7 B, back to the 5 high E, 8, 7 B, 5 B to 7. So slowly that'd be. All right, and then of course we would rest again during the D6 to A, and then that second time around with the G to G minor, we'll do it there. For the outro, basically we're just gonna do the main progression, but instead of switching that G to the G minor, we just stay on the G. All right, so we'll just do a good 8 measures of that G there. All right, just keeping it at that G. But then we do the same deal after that. We go to the A to the F sharp minor. So little interesting curveball in there towards the outro, but pretty simple. And we have some outro kind of lead variant things that happen here. It's almost like we invert it. Basically we're just going to do starting on the B, where we go the 8, couple 8s, couple 7s, couple 8s, couple 7s, then we'll drop down, go a couple 5s on the high E, couple 7s, couple 5s, couple 7s. And just cycle through that, about 8 times. Towards the very end, we get a little interesting something in there where we'll be at the 5th fret B, just kind of hit a couple of them spaced out a little bit, a few more closer together, then bump it up to the 7, hit that, a little hesitation maybe, and then just keep strumming on it till we get to the end of a couple measures there. All right, and then it comes even higher. We'll go 10 on the high E, couple of those, a little spaced out, and then up to 12s and just strum out those 12s.